Zhao Yun is the veteran employee who has followed Liu Bei for the longest time among the 5 tiger generals except Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. Therefore, many literary works such as storytelling refer to Zhao Yun as the 4th Master Zhao, which seems to turn the 3 sworn brothers in Taoyuan into 4 brothers. It's a pity that Zhao Yun has never been reused. Even if he has never lost a match, he is just a guard in front of Liu Bei. Why is this? It can be said that Zhao Yun was the peak when he appeared on the stage. He first took refuge in Yuan Shao, and seeing that Yuan Shao was not a person who was loyal to the emperor and serving the country, he then took refuge in Gongsun Zan. At that time, Gongsun Zan was fighting Yuan Shao. Gongsun Zan was defeated and was forced to die by Wen Chou. Suddenly 18-year-old Zhao Yun came alone and single-handedly challenged General Wen Chou for 50 rounds. You must know that this was a brave man who later besieged Cao Cao and singled out many of Cao Cao's generals and won. He actually tied with a young man, which shows the strength of Zhao Yun's martial arts. Later Tao Qian in Shuzhou was attacked by Cao Cao, and he turned to Liu Bei for help. Liu Bei borrowed troops from Gongsun Zan and met Zhao Yun from then on. Liu Bei was very optimistic about Zhao Yun's ability, and together they forced Cao Cao to retreat. After Gongsun Zan's death, Zhao Yun moved to Liu Bei's side, formally joined Liu Bei's group and defected to Liu Biao. After Liu Biao's death, Jingzhou was divided into 2 factions. One faction advocated surrendering to Cao Cao, and the other advocated following Liu Bei to help the Han dynasty. Cao Cao took advantage of the convenience provided by the Jingzhou surrender faction to send his troops south, forcing Liu Bei to burn Xinya and flee with the people all the way. Liu Bei's kindness slowed down the marching speed, gave Cao Jun a chance to catch up, and indirectly caused all Liu Bei's family to disperse. Zhao Yun, as Liu Bei's guard, immediately searched for Liu Bei's wife and children, so Zhao Yun's battle for fame appeared. On the Chongban slope, Zhao Yun led Edos 7 times in and out 7 times, killing more than 50 generals of Cao Cao. When Cao Cao saw Zhao Yun's bravery on the mountain, he suddenly wanted to surrender, and he didn't let his subordinates shoot arrows. This move saved Zhao Yun's life and also gave Zhao Yun a chance to become famous. Since then, Zhao Yun's fame has been in full swing, and even Cao Cao, who has many famous generals under his command, can't help but wonder why talents like Guan Yu, Zhuge Liang, and Zhao Yun are used by Liu Bei. After the Battle of Chibi, Liu Zhang in Yizhou was threatened by Zhang Lu in Hanzhong. Liu Zhang, who knew he was invincible, sent someone to ask Cao Cao for help, but Cao Cao waited slowly on the envoy. The envoy went south to find Liu Bei, hoping that Liu Bei could enter Shu to fight. After all, Liu Zhang and Liu Bei are both clansmen of the Han dynasty, and Liu Bei was obliged to lead the army into Shu. However, the officials in the middle of Shu were very opposed to Liu Bei's entry into Shu from the bottom of their hearts, and generally believed that this was a way to lure wolves into the house. At the same time, the Liu Bei group also had different opinions. The radical faction headed by Pang Tong wanted to take advantage of this opportunity to win Yizhou in one fell swoop and lay the foundation for the tripartite confrontation. But Liu Bei didn't want to be like this. Seizing the land of brothers of the same clan would really be ridiculed by the people of the world. Originally, Liu Zhang and Liu Bei had a good relationship, but no one could resist the wind. When Sun Quan was attacked by Cao Cao and turned to Liu Bei for help, Liu Zhang's suspicion finally broke out completely. At that time, when Liu Bei entered Shu, he didn't bring many troops. After all, he was protecting the territory for Liu Zhang, and there was no need to consume his own strength. Therefore, when Sun Quan is threatened, Jingzhou must also be affected. Liu Bei thought that since he had come to support Liu Zhang should support him with some rations and soldiers even if the courtesy was reciprocal. Unexpectedly, Liu Zhang believed his subordinates. Not only did Liu Bei's soldiers be old, weak, sick and disabled, but he also withheld half of the agreed food and grass. Now Liu Bei finally couldn't sit still, and completely turned his back on Liu Zhang. However, Yizhou is also Liu Zhang's territory. In the early stage of the Yizhou War, Liu Bei suffered huge losses, Pang Tong lost his life, and lost a lot of soldiers. In desperation, Liu Bei had no choice but to ask Zhuge Liang, who was far away in Jingzhou, for help. In this way, Zhuge Liang rushed to Yizhou together with Zhang Fei and Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun still did not change the setting of the ever-victorious general. In the Battle of Luocheng, he defeated Zhang Ren, the most capable general in Sichuan, and Liu Bei's army instantly reversed the situation. But when Liu Bei was firmly established in Yizhou, Zhao Yun was still not reused for meritorious deeds. Why? Liu Bei's selfishness. Looking at the entire three kingdoms, Zhao Yun can be said to be the perfect of perfection. He is not only capable and loyal, but also looks majestic. The most important thing is that Zhao Yun has a righteous spirit and is quite famous. After the Battle of Yizhou was over, Liu Bei couldn't afford more rewards. When it was Zhao Yun's turn, Zhao Yun declined the reward on the grounds that the world had not yet been decided, which greatly appreciated Liu Bei. Zhao Yun is indeed not a person who is greedy for power and interests, but being too decent is not a good thing. When all civil and military officials were waiting for the award, Zhao Yun suddenly resigned, which made it difficult for his colleagues to step down. Due to Zhao Yun's refusal, colleagues did not accept the reward that was originally due. Therefore, although everyone admires Zhao Yun's character and ability, everyone doesn't like his slightly upright personality. This also proves Liu Bei's superiority from the side. Liu Bei has long seen through Zhao Yun's personality. There is no problem at all in letting him fight between the two formations, and it is not a problem in letting him serve as a personal guard, but letting him lead the army in battle will somewhat chill the hearts of the soldiers. It is precisely for this reason that Liu Bei did not entrust military power like other generals, and simply let Zhao Yun stay by his side. You must know that even Wei Yan, who joined in the later period, Liu Bei can let him serve as the prefect of Hanzhong, but Zhao Yun, who has made great achievements many times, is just a guard. At the same time, Liu Bei made this decision also selfishly. Why do you say that? First of all, Guan Yu and Zhang Fei are very close to Liu Bei, and it is impossible for them to contribute to the group for a long time, let alone the veteran Huang Zhong. Secondly, Ma Chao is a powerful family who is not easy to command. Although Wei Yan is very capable, he is impatient after all, and he has not experienced too much wind and rain together. In other words, the only talents Liu Bei can leave behind for his son Liu Chan are Zhuge Liang and Zhao Yun, who have one piece of paper and one weapon. Zhuge Liang is young and has made great contributions to the issue of the Sun-Liu alliance. Zhao Yun was in his prime, not to mention Liu Chan's life was saved by him. With their merits and reputation, with them sitting in court, Liu Bei will not worry about internal affairs and military issues at all after 100 years. Therefore, it is impossible for Liu Bei to let Zhao Yun put himself in danger. This is the person he trusts the most besides Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. Sure enough, when Liu Bei asked Gu, both Zhuge Liang and Zhao Yun were called to the bed and gave them good instructions. Zhuge Liang became an important minister of Tugu and mastered the power of Shu Han. Standing in the court hall, Zhao Yun represented all the generals. He didn't speak, and no one dared to raise opinions. In fact, it is not difficult to find that the monarch will not easily entrust important tasks to the person whom the monarch trusts the most. Chao Wei's Jian Wei, Su Chu, and Sun Wu's Zhou Tai all looked like this. It's not that they are incapable of leading troops to fight, but they don't need them to work hard on the front line at all. The value of their existence is no longer judged by force, but has high political value. Therefore, on the surface Zhao Yun is not reused, but in fact Liu Bei has already arranged everything, and I have to admire Liu Bei's way of employing people.